Today, abortion rights supporters gathered in San Francisco this weekend, marking 50 years since the Roe versus Wade decision gave Americans the constitutional right to an abortion. That's a decision that was overturned last summer. Robert Costa is at the Capitol tonight with the latest.
Does the push to restrict abortion rights continue?
I think yes, no question. It now moves more or less to the state capitals.
Evangelical leader Franklin Graham, son of the famed Billy Graham, was one of thousands of anti-abortion activists who turned up in Washington Friday for the March for Life, arguing that the end of Roe is not the end of their fight.
Nothing has really changed. Abortions are still happening every day.
But the persistence from conservatives on abortion comes as Republicans are at a crossroads. Some, like former President Donald Trump, have blamed last year's disappointing election results on the abortion issue being poorly handled by Republicans.
I'll be joining some people at the March for Life next week, and I've made it very clear. It may take us as long to restore the sanctity of life to the center of American law as it took us to overturn Roe v. Wade.
But in the early days of the 2024 presidential race, possible Trump rivals are shaking their heads at Trump's assessment and tilting to the right.
And would you nudge Governor DeSantis to take further action?
I would nudge every governor to do what they can to back up their pro-life record. I think that talking about situations and making statements is incredibly important, but also taking action and governing and bringing policies that protect life are even more important.
And the issue has sparked an informal policy standoff among those who might run for president. But many attending the march acknowledge the politics of this issue, long, highly charged, remain complicated.
In order for the best ideas to come forward, you need to be able to willing to listen to each other. You need to be able to hear your opponents, understand what they're thinking, have empathy and compassion, and come up with ideas together.
Meanwhile, 50 years after Roe v. Wade, Vice President Kamala Harris will be in Florida tomorrow to deliver a major address on abortion rights as Democrats continue to push on this issue as well. Robert Costa, CBS News, Washington.
Tomorrow, Arkansas pro-life advocates will march for life in the capital city. The walk begins at 2 p.m. on State Street and will end on the steps of the state capitol.